everyone set up and ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Holly Sheets. I'm the Public Information Officer for the U.S. Attorney's Office. So thank you all for being here. Today's press conference is regarding the recent indictment of 2 foreign nationals and their roles in a large-scale drug trafficking operation. So our key speakers will be the U.S. Attorney, Kurt Wall, the Homeland Security Investigations Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Adam Parks, and then Livingston Parish Sheriff's Jason Ard. So after the presentation, we're going to open the floor to Q&A. We kindly ask that all questions stay on topic. Any questions that are off topic will be deferred and addressed at a later time through our normal channels. Media packets will be distributed at the end. Those will contain the indictment and the press release for you guys. And the speakers should be in shortly, so if you wouldn't mind, just take this time now to silence your phones. So, thank you.
Got these microphones up here where my stuff's supposed to go. That's okay. Hopefully I can read it from down here. So good afternoon. My name is Kurt Wall. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Louisiana. I'm joined today by Assistant Special Agent in Charge of Homeland Security Investigation, Adam Parks, and he's on this side, and Livingston Parish Sheriff Jason Ard as well. So I appreciate you coming. We're here today to discuss one of the biggest, if not the biggest, methamphetamine seizures in the Middle District of Louisiana. This happened on February the 7th, which was this past Saturday, where Hostin Antonio Oriana Romero, a citizen and national of Honduras, and Edenilson Alexander Castaneda de Valle, a citizen and national of El Salvador, both aliens removable from the United States, were encountered on a traffic stop in Livingston Parish as they traveled down Interstate 12. During the search of that vehicle, being operated by those defendants, a hidden compartment was located. Law enforcement found within the passenger compartment 2 digital scales, numerous rubber bands, plastic baggies, approximately $7,100 in U.S. currency, and approximately 164 kilograms of methamphetamine. And for those of you who, like myself, stopped using the metric system back in about the 2nd grade, that equals about 360 pounds of methamphetamine. This morning, our office indicted these 2 individuals in front of a grand jury, and they have both been charged with possession with intent to distribute over 500 grams of methamphetamine. I'm just here to tell you that I got notified of this over the weekend. This was my Super Bowl Sunday. I know the people in Seattle had a big day over the weekend. We had a big day over the weekend too. This is a major, major event in our community. Just to think about 360 pounds of poison being interdicted here in our district is majorly impactful. The reason that, other than the obvious that this is important, is a few reasons. And I just want to point out a few of those highlights for you while you're here today. The first is that this is an example of what I've been sort of preaching and emphasizing over the first 2 or 3 months that I've been in this office, which is the collaboration and partnership between, our local partners and our federal partners to try our best to fight crime in this district. This is an example of that, along with working with our district attorneys. And I want to thank our district attorney of Livingston Parish, who, we sat down and talked about this particular case. He deferred to our office to handle it, and we're happy to do so. The second important point is that the president and this administration have put a big emphasis on the total elimination of cartels and transnational organizations. And this case fits right into what our priorities are. Clearly, this is the work of cartels. And as I spoke last week, I think at the Rotary Club, maybe it was the week before, and I told them, some of you reported on it, that just because you're not in Miami or New York doesn't mean that the tentacles of the cartels don't reach you. This is a perfect example. Within a couple of weeks of me saying that, this is what's coming through our district. They also, obviously, this administration is focusing on illegal immigrants who are committing crimes within our jurisdiction. Again, this fits right in with the priorities of the administration in our office, with one of these gentlemen being from Honduras, being here illegally, and the other being from El Salvador here illegally. The third thing that's important about this particular case is that we have made a concerted effort in this office over the last 60 to 90 days to move cases quickly and aggressively. That's something that the administration has directed us to do, and it's something that the people in this office have embraced, and they have been working very diligently over the last few months to move cases quickly. Understand what's happened here in this case. Understand that this person got arrested about 4 days ago. And in 4 days, our assistant U.S. attorneys and our staff met with the witnesses and the detectives involved and prepared a case that was presented to a grand jury this morning, 4 days later. And they returned an indictment on these two gentlemen. But that's what we're directed to do. We're going to be aggressive on these types of cases and all the cases that are referred to our office for prosecution. Assistant U.S. Attorney Lyman Thornton, along with others in our office here, have done a tremendous job to get this case prepared and indicted in such a short amount of time. You're going to see that not just from this office, but I think you're going to see that from all 3 districts in the state of Louisiana. There are U.S. attorneys in place over in the Eastern District with David Corsell. I know some of y'all covered a press conference he did yesterday involving a collaborative effort with a lot of different agencies to protect the people down there in Mardi Gras. The day before that, I noticed that my counterpart in the Western District, Zach Keller, had a press conference up in Shreveport where they talked about some of the sweeping arrests that they've made up there in that district. So you're going to see that. You're going to see that from all of the offices across our state. But our foot's on the pedal. I mean, we are full speed ahead. This is an example of that. I am very, very thankful to our partners with HSI and our partners with the Livingston Sheriff's Office. Tremendous talent in those agencies, very dedicated agents in both of those offices. And when they put their talents together, this is the result. So I am pleased to be a part of that team. And at this time, I will turn it over to our Assistant Special Agent in charge of Homeland Security, Adam Parks, for his comments.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, I begin my remarks with appreciation to this amazing team, especially U.S. Attorney Wall, Sheriff Ard, and the prosecutors that have before us today. This successful interdiction is the result of the work of Homeland Security Task Force, or HSTF, for the Middle District of Louisiana. HSTFs exemplify the power of partnership by leveraging the combined resources and expertise of federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies to address the criminal threats of transnational criminal organizations and foreign terrorist organizations. Working together, we achieve results that no single agency could do alone. The mission of each HSTF is clear: eliminate the presence of criminal cartels and foreign gangs throughout the United States, end the scourge of human smuggling and trafficking, especially offenses involving children, and ensure the use of all available law enforcement tools to faithfully enforce the laws of the United States. In this instance, based on the significant volume of narcotics involved, 164 kilograms of methamphetamine, HSI is confident of the involvement of a criminal cartel. And to put this seizure in perspective, if these drugs were broken down into grams, the quantity often seen in street-level transactions, the total value of the methamphetamine seized on Saturday would be over $4 million. That represents a significant blow to the bottom line of these deadly criminal organizations. So once again, HSI is grateful for the hard work of our HSTF partner agencies, and we look forward to continued success in our future operations. Sheriff Ard.
So I'm Sheriff Jason Ard, Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office, and I am very grateful to Kurt and Adam. We've had a long-standing relationship, and it is nice to know that we can get these guys convicted as quick as we can to get them off our street. There's so many times in our career we have agents that are working really hard. They put people in jail, they turn around and they commit crime before they actually sentenced. So to see you taking the forefront, and you, as well as the Trump administration, doing what they said they was going to do, it is a relief to law enforcement, because we are the boots on the ground. We are out there every day. These deputies work, and I'm speaking to my narcotic deputies, they work really hard. They're everywhere. They make a lot of cases. They work great. You can say on this instance, maybe they were at the right place at the right time. No, they were ready to respond when they got the information. And when you're receiving information from other law enforcement agencies, and we have such a great communication amongst all of us, this is the results. This is what happens. And look, there's not a law enforcement agency across this country that's not looking at 360 pounds of methamphetamine. That is a large, like you said, probably the biggest that we've ever seen. And you can just imagine how many lives that may be saved by this. And this was supposedly going into the Tennessee area, but it came through Livingston Parish. The wrong parish, as far as my book, that you go through, because you got caught. And I am just very thankful that we were able to be there. We were able to have that communication with the other law enforcement agencies that were involved, because there were several of them. And I'm very thankful for the relationships. And I know, you know, Kurt and I have worked together for quite some time, way before you were in this big position. But he is a go-getter prosecutor. He has a great reputation for that. And Adam and I has worked several big cases like this, and we like results. And when you have deputies that do everything they can to give you results, you get these kind of results. So I am very proud of them. I am proud that we were able to get this type of poison off of our streets, and not only affect us, but people throughout our country that this would have went to, because they probably wasn't just servicing Tennessee, they were servicing a lot of areas. So I'm very thankful that we were been able to help in that process.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Adam. So we have a little bit of time for a handful of questions, if anybody has any, related to this particular operation. Yes, sir.
Yes, can you spell out the two individuals that got arrested?
I'm sorry?
Can you spell out their names, the two that
Yeah, we're going to be able to provide you with a copy of the indictment, which will be a lot easier than me trying to spell those names. So we'll be able to provide you with that for sure. Yeah, that was a big chore.
Can y'all kind of fill us in on some of the circumstances involving the arrest? I mean, where'd you catch him? How long you have been tracking him?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to go into a lot of detail about that because this still is an ongoing investigation, and there are other people potentially that could be arrested as a part of this. So I'm not able to go into too many details about it right now.
Can we talk about how long maybe these individuals were in the United States?
Yeah, that's something that we're still checking on. I know that we do have information that one of, they're relatively young. One was 22, one was 18. I think there's reason to believe that they had been here for, more likely years than days. But we're still checking into some of that.
Do you know how they came here? Did they come on a visa that had expired? Did they sneak across the border? Did they come as children with their parents who snuck across the border or anything like that? Do you have any info in that regard?
I mean, the info I have is they're here illegally. That's the info I have.
Not in no other circumstances?
Not right now.
Has this tipped you off to any other investigations?
I think it could lead to much more. Yeah, we're hopeful anyway that this is not the end of this investigation, but just the beginning.
You mentioned cartels. Any information on which cartel is running this stuff through here? Or?
I'll defer to our HSI partners on that.
Yeah, we have a pretty good idea, but obviously for investigative reasons, we're not going to share that. But we are very confident that this is connected to a criminal cartel based in Mexico.
Anybody else? Thank y'all for
You're
coming.
not going to tell us much, did you?
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it a lot. And Holly's going to be able to provide you with a little packet, if she hasn't already, with a copy of the indictment, so it'll help you with those names. And Lori is also, I think, maybe going to be able to help you with some additional information that the sheriff's office may be able to share.
All right, thank you.
All right.
guys.
Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.